Hey y'all, I'm Robert Wells. In the NHL, the Chicago Blackhawks have already started their preseason games last week. As time develops for Connor Bedard, he will be that superstar the Chicago Blackhawks selected with the first overall pick in the 2023 NHL Draft. Very soon, the Blackhawks play this Saturday on October 7th against the St. Louis Blues. It should be a good preseason game too. Go Blackhawks! Staying on Chicago, the Chicago Bulls will be playing their first preseason game away at the Milwaukee Bucks on Sunday, October 8th. Bucks new guard DamianLillard won't make his debut against the Bulls. He was a part of that three-team trade. I was hoping the Bulls would get him, but it didn't happen. 2 weeks ago, I mentioned the Milwaukee Bucks as one of the NBA teams that could win the NBA championship this season. It can happen. Now the Bucks could be in the NBA Finals this year. Giannis and Damian Lillard together in Milwaukee? Oh my God, that sounds like trouble right there because the Bucks will be better this season. Yes, they will, especially in the Central Division, and the Chicago Bulls are in the same division with the Milwaukee Bucks too. Oh, God, this gets on my nerves because I want the Bulls to make moves like the Milwaukee Bucks did. I want to see that happen. I hope the Bulls show up every time to play against the Milwaukee Bucks this season because they will need to show up every single time. The Bucks are the favorites to win the division and probably the Eastern Conference too. It can happen, but the Milwaukee Bucks will still have to build chemistry with one another. They will still have to do that. We'll just have to see what happens. We'll just have to see. I hope the Chicago Bulls make the playoffs this season, by the way. Go Bulls! That's not all in the NBA. That's not all. Another trade took place on Sunday morning. The Portland Trail Blazers traded Jrue Holiday to the Boston Celtics. The Celtics team looks unstoppable on paper, and they could be unstoppable when the season starts. It can happen. The Boston Celtics are another team that I mentioned along with the Milwaukee Bucks and a few other teams that could win the NBA championship this season too. The Eastern Conference is now loaded with amazing talent. May the best team win in the Eastern Conference. The question of the day: what's the record for the most rebounds in a game in NBA history, and who did it too? Whoever writes the answer first in the comments down below will win this free Be Who You Want to Be shirt from Big Leap Inc. Start writing. Hey, some good college football games taking place on Saturday. The first game, Maryland at number 4, Ohio State. I really like how Maryland plays as a whole. I really do. They fight to win each game to the end. So this is a trap game for Ohio State. Yes, it is. Maryland can pull an upset. But I think a well-rested Buckeyes team who's coming off a bye week will win by 20 points or more, 30-10. The next game, number 12, Oklahoma at number 3, Texas. The Sooners and the Longhorns battles over the years have been exciting and intense in the Big 12 Conference. Yes, it has, because I'm telling you, I love watching this matchup. It's never a dull moment. Even though the Sooners will bring their A game, I think the Texas Longhorns will come out with the victory by 10 points or more, 30-10. The next game, number 10, Notre Dame at number 25, Louisville. The Fighting Irish have been in some close games in the last 2 games with Ohio State and Duke. They lost to Ohio State but won against Duke. Yeah, but can the undefeated 5-0 Louisville Cardinals defeat Notre Dame? It could happen. It could be an upset by the Cardinals, but I'm going with the Fighting Irish winning by a touchdown or more, 20-13. And the final game to watch in college football, number 2, Michigan at Minnesota. Another trap game for Michigan on the road, especially against Minnesota. Yeah, they should not sleep on this game. In order for Michigan to win, they're going to have to play this game like they're playing at the Big House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. That's what they have to do. And amazing catches like this catch by wide receiver Roman Wilson. Yeah, you're right, Michigan. People are talking, and that's the catch of the year. The Starkey family and I loved that catch. The Starkey family also believes that Michigan will come out victorious against Minnesota as well. I agree with them. Michigan will win by 14 points or more, 28-14. Go Blue! Oh yeah. And finally, some NFL games that's worth watching on Sunday. The first game, the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Buffalo Bills in London, England. Yeah, I think the Jaguars will make some noise in London, but I also think the Bills will make some noise with a win in London. I got Buffalo winning in London by 13 points or more, 30-17. The next game, the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers, a good old AFC North showdown between the Ravens and Steelers. The Ravens and Steelers rivalry have been good for years now, but who will win this Sunday? I'm going with the Steelers at home by 4 points or more, 24-20. The next game, the Carolina Panthers at the Detroit Lions. Former Chicago Bear and current Detroit Lions running back David Montgomery is doing very well in Detroit. It seems like in any sport in Chicago, when a player leaves a certain team in Chicago, they always do better somewhere else. I'm tired of that. Can our Chicago teams get this back in order? Can they? My good friend Ovidio said this last week. Chicago sports needs something for us to cheer for. Man, all of my gear is going into storage bins and tucked away until next year. That's a good one, Ovidio. I agree with you. Oh my God. Hopefully, the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Blackhawks will be something to cheer for, like my friend Ovidio said last week. He said this on YouTube in the comments. Back to the Carolina Panthers and Detroit Lions. I said this before about the Panthers weeks ago. I want them to lose every game this season because the Chicago Bears own the Panthers' 2024 first-round draft pick. I also said this a few weeks ago that this could happen too. Quarterback Caleb Williams and wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. as Chicago Bears. Yeah, it's looking like it's going to happen in 2024, and they will need a better offensive line too in 2024. But I would still keep quarterback Justin Fields as QB1. Yes, he made mistakes. Yes, he has. But a lot of it is on the coaching. Bears need better coaches around Justin Fields and more weapons around Justin Fields, like I said before, weeks ago, period. If the Bears trade Justin Fields, they will regret it. Yes, they will. He'll come back better than ever on another team and torch the Bears every chance he gets. I'm still rooting for QB1, Justin Fields. Back to the game again. I'm going with the Lions at home by 20 points or more, 30-10. The next game, the Philadelphia Eagles at the LA Rams. Will the Rams hand the Eagles their first loss of the season? That's a possibility. The Rams are playing sound football. Yes, they are. But the Eagles are winning. I got them winning by a close game by 6 points, 29-23. The next game, the Kansas City Chiefs at the Minnesota Vikings. It would be hard for the Vikings to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at their home. I'm going with the Chiefs winning by 10 points or more, 27-17. And the final game to watch, which is the game of the week, in my opinion, the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. NFC Championship preview? It could happen. It could really happen. This will be a defensive game between both teams are doing well. They're both in the top 5. Both defense are doing very well in the top 5. I think it's going to come down to a game-winning field goal by the 49ers, 30-27. Wow! Hit that red subscribe button down below and turn on your notification to get all the new videos on Cross Sports. And leave your comments down below so I can post your comments on Cross Sports. But keep it clean. Keep it clean. I'll talk to you all next time on Cross Sports. Peace.